It's Wednesday, 21st of September 2016. This is Sylvia Shivamurthy and you're listening to the newspaper reviews on www.athavan.com. Let's now look at the paper highlights from today's newspapers. The main highlight in Daily News says, University intake up 10%. The university intake is to be increased by 10% this year over that of the previous year. Hence, more undergraduates will enter universities this year compared to last year, University Grants Commission Chairman Professor Mohan De Silva said. Another highlight says, President attends Bill Clinton Foundation plenary. President Maithripala Sirisena attended the open plenary of the Bill Clinton Foundation's Clinton Global Initiative meeting, in which the plenary session of the Partnering for Global Prosperity was held at the Sheraton Hotel in New York on Monday. Former US President Bill Clinton welcomed President Sirisena and the other leaders who attended the meeting and said their presence was a great strength to the CGI endeavor to eradicate poverty, improve health and sanitation in poorer segments of the people in least developed countries. Another highlight says, Comprehensive probe into youth's death in police custody, says Sagala. A comprehensive investigation is being conducted by the government on the death of the youth held in police custody in Pusallava, Nuwara, Law and Order and Southern Development Minister Sagala Ratnayaka said. He said a special police team including 2 assistant superintendents of police are conducting the investigation. The highlight in the middle says, Drowning of youth in Iranamadu tank. AG gives green light for arresting former Chunnagam OIC. The Attorney General instructed the Criminal Investigation Department to continue with the procedures to arrest former officer in charge of Chunnagam Police Station, IP Chintaka Priyantha Bandara, over an incident in 2011 where a youth arrested by the police is said to have drowned in the Iranamadu tank in Kilinochchi and alleged police torture on 5 suspects, including the deceased. And the highlight at the bottom says, Sudharman others released from alleged abduction case on AG advice. Colombo Additional Magistrate Aruni yesterday ordered the release of 12 suspects including former IT and Deputy General Minister Sudharman Radalayagoda and former TRC Director General Anusha Palpita from a case over their alleged involvement in the abduction of a child from a custody of his mother during the 2015 presidential election campaign. Let's now move to the paper highlights in Daily Mirror. The main highlight says, Death while in police custody. Lapse on part of police, says Sagala. Another highlight says, It was impossible to avoid accident, says Kulasekara. Giving evidence at the inquest held into the death of a motorcyclist at Kirillavala who was struck by a car driven by him, the Sri Lankan cricket team's fast bowler Nuwan Kulasekara said that he was driving home from Gampaha in his car when he saw something emerge from the middle island of the road and strike his vehicle. The highlight in the middle says, Yoshitha seeks court permission to travel abroad. In a motion filed in the Colombo High Court yesterday, Yoshitha Rajapaksa had sought court permission to travel abroad for medical treatment. The Colombo High Court fixed September 22nd to consider the motion. And the highlight at the bottom says, More books on the war soon, says SF. The other division commanders of the Sri Lanka Army will also write about the Sri Lankan separatist war in the future, as Major General Kamal Gunaratne did, said Regional Development Minister Sarath Fonseca in Parliament yesterday. And now let's move to the paper highlights in Ceylon today. The top highlight says, High Court summons avant-garde bosses. Another highlight says, If proposals not accepted, joint opposition to pull out of Constitutional Assembly. The joint opposition says if the government is not prepared to accept their proposals for the drafting of a new constitution, they would seriously consider leaving the Constitutional Assembly formed for the task. The highlight in the middle says, Yoshitha, Daisy and Deeds go missing. The FCID was forced to abandon the survey of the house and property at Mihindu Mawatha, Mount Lavanya yesterday, following an order from the court due to the absence of its 2 owners Yoshitha Rajapaksa and his grandmother Daisy Forrest. And the highlight at the bottom says, Bharatha Lakshman murder case. 3 accused appeal against sentences. Appeals by 3 of the accused who were sentenced to death in the Bharatha Lakshman Premachandra murder case were filed in the Colombo High Court yesterday and will pass on to the Supreme Court for review of sentences. There was no appeal filed on behalf of ex-MP Duminda Silva. That's all for today's newspaper highlights, and we'll get back to you with more news tomorrow. Thank you.